Hey guys, it's Castlemaker here, and welcome to a brand new video uh, on CM7 Films, I should say. So welcome back. I wanted to make a video concerning RWBY Volume 5 and why I have issues with it and how to possibly make it better. I do apologize for the crappy mic. It's really all I have at this point. So yeah, let's get right into this. So my main problem with RWBY Volume 5 so far has been the exposition. This is the newest episode that's available on YouTube. This is episode 5, and I have a lot of issues with this for many reasons. Let me just make myself a little smaller. Okay, so this is the leader or the liaisons of the White Fang, and they have to talk to um, Ilya here about basically killing the Belladonna family because they are intruding with um, their beliefs, and they're in the way of making their plan work and helping Adam. So we kind of already know that Ilya doesn't like the Belladonnas, right? We've learned that before. However, the way they deliver this exposition, it lasts for about okay. So it starts with a 12-minute mark. Let's just move myself up there. It starts about like the 12-minute mark, and it doesn't end until like the 15. So it's about 3 minutes of exposition, and it's really boring. So she comes in and all this, and just they stand completely still. They aren't doing anything. It's shot reverse shot. It's very blandly shot. Like, look at this awkward shot here. I noticed this when I was first watching the episode with my buddies. Watch this. That was such an awkward shot. Sorry, I keep looking at it. That was such an awkward shot. That lasted for a good 20 seconds almost. And really, all they're trying to say is basically what they're trying to tell her is freaking kill the Belladonnas. We don't like them, and it's just so boring. There's another scene in this episode where Ruby is talking to Oscar, and it's again really boring. Nothing happens. Like basically, she's telling her Oscar about their past and how she feels very upset about what's happened. And we do this a lot in this show. Like we're doing a lot of like, oh my god, the past was horrible. That was my Ruby voice. Don't know if you liked it. And it again, it's a very long scene. And you know what they could have done instead? They could have done a fight. Like they could have been fighting while explaining her feelings. And it could end with maybe Ruby overpowering Oscar and showing Oscar and even Ozpin that Ruby is much more powerful than she ever was and is going to be. Just that she's become a better huntress overall. Now, I have an example of when I think Ruby has done exposition properly. This is Volume 1, Chapter Episode 6, The Forest. So this is probably one of the biggest scenes in all of the show. This is when Pyrrha explains to Jean. Jean is a very Jean kind of resembles the audience in a way. He's a very naive. He doesn't really know what's going on, um, and she's explaining what aura is, and aura is basically what protects. It's plot armor essentially. So he just got hit in the face, right? And he needs. She basically is going like, "Oh, I can help you." And anyways, so let's watch a little bit of this. Yeah, I mean, so we have a funny instance where he gets hurt and then it's used to be able to explain what aura is. Yeah, he doesn't know what it is, and a little bit of humor. Okay, here's the part that I really like. Instead of just sitting there like aura is the manifestation of our soul. Really? Yes. That's cool. This is what aura does. Tell me. It's like she's explaining it while we have this montage of Ren killing a Grim and showing off what aura does and how it protects you. This is what I wish Volume 5 would do a little bit more of. Rather than just sitting in a room and talking, rather than just sitting in a room. Keep in mind, Volume 1 had the budget of a ham sandwich. Volume 5 has a much bigger budget. There's a much bigger team. A lot more people are working on it. We can do so much more, yet we just sit in rooms and talk when we could be doing stuff like this. And like we see a little bit more of an experienced hunter using his powers, and we just get a cool Ren fight scene at the same time, and it's good choreography. Anyways, I think that's enough of that. I just kind of wanted to express my complaints about Volume 5 as of right now, and how I feel they could improve it. But obviously, Volume 5, most of it is, I'm assuming, done. They can't really go back and change things. I don't know, man. I really would like the show to change and improve. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think if you're RWBY fans. I will probably put this in Reddit. I don't know. I do kind of want to get this out there that I feel like exposition has been delivered very, very poorly in the show. This volume and even Volume 4. Volume 4, I think, was a very weak season. Nothing really happened. We didn't get to see much, and we didn't learn much about the characters. Like what do we have in Volume 4? We had Yang basically deciding to be a big girl and going to find her mother. Weiss didn't do much. RWBY and the crew, like, sure, we got to learn more about Ren and Nora, and that was done in flashbacks. Like, that's decent. Like, that's interesting. But there's so much just, especially this scene in particular. Like, my friends and I, we were talking about how bored we were. Like, the music isn't even that like, it's just so boring. They're standing in a room, they're not moving, they barely use their hands, they just stand there in a box. And it reminds me a lot of the Star Wars prequels, where they walk and talk about things that really aren't that important, and they act like it's a big deal. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I just really wanted to make this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And, as always, stay strong, Spartans.